Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for January 12th until the 18th. I went ahead and started us off by doing a quick scrying session for you, so I do have some notes to share. If this part doesn't interest you, feel free to skip ahead to when I start pulling Oracle and Tarot for you. If not, feel free to check out another amazing tarot reader here on YouTube. There are so many good ones out there. All right, diving right in. The first thing I was seeing for you, Taurus, was I saw an individual sitting in a dark, quiet room. And this didn't feel like a bad thing. This felt like this peace, this quiet. Maybe you're reflecting, you're feeling a need to heal or meditate. So that's a message for some of you guys out there. This next item I was seeing for you is incredibly random and strange. I was seeing those plastic glasses with the fake nose and the mustache. You know, the ones that you'd wear as a kid. So I was seeing those. It kind of gave me a chuckle. So I'm wondering if there's... so I got a couple messages about this. So one message could be like, you might want to reconnect with something that brought you joy or whimsy as a child. I'm always going to support that for everyone. There's always some nice, good nuggets of wisdom and joy from our childhood, right? Another thing I was taking this as is, what are the masks that we wear? What are the masks that other people wear? So it's kind of this idea of authenticity. What makes us authentic? And I also felt the need to talk about roles that we play. Because, I mean, we have to do a fine balance between like being our authentic selves in our workplace, for example, but still being able to take on the leadership roles that are expected of us and things like that. So it kind of gave me this balance here. Now, the final thing I was seeing for you, Taurus, was an arrow, but the point of the arrow was in the shape of a heart. And this arrow kind of slowly opened and shined this light into a path. So how I took this was, you need to follow your heart's path. What drives your heart? Where does your heart want you to go? Is kind of what I was getting from that. So it's interesting. I do want to talk about the fact that maybe there's something from your childhood that holds a lot of importance for you in where your heart wants you to go. But diving right into the Shaman Oracle first, we're going to start pulling cards and see what's happening for you. And immediately the Hunter of Vision shows up with the arrows and the bow. Interesting. That fits really well with the scrying message. Love it when that happens. We're diving into the Herbiary Oracle next. We'll pull one of these guys for you. Embrace quietude. Okay, with the passion flower. That's interesting because I had seen a meditative situation for you. Diving into the Quantum Oracle next. Okay. Okay, perfect. Ooh, and there is our plastic glasses with the fake mustache. We got some deception showing up for the Quantum Oracle. Interesting. I'm going to pull some tarot next from the Pulp Tarot. I will be clarifying them as well with the Horror Tarot, both of which are by Todd Alcott, I believe. Excellent cards. Okay. I feel like this is going to be a very interesting reading there, Taurus. Okay, Two of Wands. The Moon. Okay. And we're going to take one more. Okay, that guy clearly wanted to come out. Oh, the tower. Delightful. Okay, so this is going to be an interesting week, Taurus. So just before I dive in here, these are the horror tarot I will be using to clarify the Pulp Tarot. But we're just going to dive right in and see what we've got for you here. As I had mentioned, you are getting the Hunter of Vision. So this is kind of an encouragement to follow your path. What is it that you see yourself doing? What are your dreams? What is your focal point in this life? Very interesting. I like this with the arrow that I'd seen for you with the heart shape. The answer is to follow your heart. What vision is within your heart? And I feel like you're being encouraged to really think about that. Take the time in the quiet to meditate upon this and consider what your vision is, what your path is. The passion flower, I love that it's the passion flower because it's kind of encouraging you to find what makes your heart blossom, what makes your heart bloom, what brings you passion and love and fire. And we find this in quiet. We find this when we meditate. When we're silent and we allow for the answers to come in, they really do. Now for the Quantum Oracle, we have events of deception. Very much the plastic glasses and the fake nose, the fake mustache. What's the deception? I'm wondering here because this deception can refer to ways in which we lie to ourselves. We make up stories, right? It happens. We all do, right? But this can also be, how are people deceiving us, or how are people around us deceiving others about who we are potentially? We're going to find out. But it looks like you are starting the week off with the Two of Wands. You've got your adventuring gear on. You're ready for a safari, a hunt maybe hunting the vision. So this kind of talks about setting goals. You've got the world in your hands. You've got all these skills, these ideas, and you're just kind of looking out for a new opportunity. How are you going to use those skills? How are you going to put those goals into play? This also talks about overcoming obstacles as well. If you allow yourself to travel forward, you will be able to overcome those obstacles no problem. Now, this moves you into this kind of mysterious phase with the moon. It's kind of this, this can talk about potentially when we set goals, right? This can be that the outcome might not even be what you'd expected. Your outcome could maybe even differ from the intention that you'd put in. That's not necessarily a bad thing, right? But the moon talks about this evolutionary phase that you're in. It talks about like an in-between stage. So this might be a really good time to work with Hecate. If you're feeling the need to, she is the goddess of the in-between, always a loving helper. Now, the moon also talks about kind of what cycle are you in? What changes are you making? Because the moon can be this in-between phase or this in-between stage. It's like, I don't love what I used to love, but I don't know what I love now, right? Like big changes, right? And sometimes it takes us a while to grow into these changes, and that's okay. But this moves you into the Tower. This is really interesting. I feel like the goals that you're setting, it leads you to this in-between, this mysterious phase of like, I don't know what's going on or where I'm going, how I'm going to get there, but you're like flying by the seat of your pants. But I feel like you're very strong in this position here. And it moving you into the Tower, I feel like this in-between stage of like, I don't know what I love anymore. I feel like you're learning what you do love, because the Tower shows up and it's this change. It's this release, this relinquishing of things that no longer serve you. This could be changing a job in some cases for some of you guys. This could be a move, maybe even a breakup. It can be a couple different things. And I will say, for some of you guys out there, I really feel that it could be a breakup because of this deception showing up. paired with the scrying message with the Groucho map marks, I think is what that's called, with the fake glasses, fake nose, fake mustache. But we're going to dive into the horror tarot. We're going to see what's in the shadows for you, what's happening here for you, Taurus. Once again, this is for the 12th to the 18th. Also, if you feel called to check out your readings for the full year ahead or the full month of January, I do have those readings out and ready to rock and roll. Or if you're just wanting daily card pulls, I've got my bunny. She literally pulls the cards and I read them for you. Those are daily if you want to check those out. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Really does help with the channel. So thank you so much for being here. I love you. I appreciate you. Okay, let's dive in. Spirit, what is the Two of Wands for Taurus here? Okay, this is being confirmed by the Nine of Wands. So this is talking about perseverance in the face of difficulty. And I mean, that makes sense. It's not the gatherer of vision, it's the hunter. It might require a little bit of elbow grease, and that's okay. So setting goals on your new opportunity, your new endeavors, kind of looking out into the world, where you want to go, what you want to do. Set your goals, make a plan, and stick to it is what you're being told to do with the Nine of Wands showing up. This is a matter of perseverance here. This is a matter of sticking to your guns. We'll take one more. Okay, confirmed by the Ace of Wands. Yes, follow your passion. It says it right here. Love it, with the passion flower. This is stunning. So it's like, yeah, there's definitely potential. There's growth. There's forward movement. This is a new opportunity. So go with the flow. Trust yourself. Trust your intuition. Know that you've got, this Two of Wands followed by the Nine of Wands and the Ace of Wands. Like, this is a lot of fiery forward movement, Taurus. You are on a roll, is what I want to say here. So this moves you into the moon. Spirit, what is the moon? This is confirmed by the Eight of Swords. So this can talk about kind of this, you might be feeling a little bit, maybe kind of on your own, maybe a little isolated. I mean, the dark of the moon, it's a dark night of the soul. There's a lot of changes. This can also lead us to feel maybe a little bit confused, a little bit of chaos, I want to say. And I mean, that makes sense. We are part of the animal kingdom. When we face unknowns like the moon, sometimes it gets a little scary. Sometimes we feel a little restricted. And the Eight of Swords can talk about ways in which we restrict ourselves. So I feel like the moon is really encouraging you at this time to look at ways in which you get in your own way, ways in which you tell yourself stories that kind of prevent you from charging forward, from stepping into an empowered space. What are ways in which you hold yourself back? Maybe even ways in which you tell yourself stories that aren't true, right? All right, we're going to take one more for that one. I just kind of already made a mess of the cards, so I'm just cleaning those up. Spirit, what is the Eight of Swords for Taurus? Okay, it's confirmed by the Hanged Man. So it's kind of, yes, taking on this different perspective. You're hanging upside down. You're looking at the world from a different way. And I like that the moon is showing up here. And the moon this time, it's not above you. It's not out of reach. It's right around your head. You're kind of enlightened, taking on this new perspective. One more, Spirit. Yeah, okay. Confirmed by the Death card. Yes. You've turned inward. You've seen the ways in which that you might be restricting yourself, holding yourself back. You kind of analyze it, take on this new perspective with the Hanged Man. You're looking at it a little differently, which is fantastic. It's this surrender to the moment, surrender to making a new path, leading you into the Death card, where it's like, yeah, you understand that things can't continue this way. You're ending this so you can make way for a new beginning. And it leads you straight into the Tower, where it's like, yep, I'm done. It's over. It's a snap to reality here. It's this shakeup, right? Releasing of the control. You're ready for this new change, right? Just going to shuffle these one more time. Sorry, I'm really big into shuffling for your reading here. We're doing a lot of change, a lot of shuffling around. That seems to be the vibe here. Spirit, what is the Tower here for Taurus? What is the Tower? Confirmed by the Two of Wands again. So it's like, yeah, you're ready for this new beginning, this new opportunity. You're ready to let go of this old energy that wasn't serve you. You're setting goals, making a plan. And it moves you into the Two of Cups, where it's a lot more balanced at this time. It's more harmonious. This could, in fact, be a new relationship for some of you guys, like the Tower being the release of an old relationship situation and moving into a new one. But I feel like for a lot of you, this is just a more balanced state of mind, this balance between the divine masculine and the divine feminine within the self. This feels a lot more harmonious and balanced at this time. We'll take one more, Spirit. Ooh, heck yes. Confirmed by the High Priestess. This is stunning. This is divine protection at this time on your path. Even if you're feeling like there's a lot of shenanigans with this deception showing up, like there's a lot of tricky trials and tribulations you're going through with the Tower, the Death card, the Hanged Man, the Moon, like this is a heavy week for you, Taurus. But if anyone can take it, it's you. If anyone can handle this, it is you. Spirit does not give us challenges that we cannot overcome. Spirit only gives us the lessons that we need to learn to grow and to move forward and step into our highest self, our highest good. And the High Priestess, it indicates this empowerment, this wisdom, this trust within yourself, your intuition. Like you're really on fire by this point. By end of the week, you're like a boss. You have leveled up. And it's this strong destiny. Like your Spirit is really trying to encourage you to follow your path at this time. The High Priestess speaks of destiny. Like you have a lot of really intense major arcana. The High Priestess, the Tower, the Moon, the Hanged Man, the Death card. Like this is intense. And yes, you might need to take some time to heal, to seek out this quiet, to seek out a moment of rest, recovery, and going inward with this passion flower, to discover what your passion is, your vision for the future is. You might be pulling off some masks, pulling back some deception here, especially with those glasses at the fake mustache. I keep laughing about that. It was just very random, but it makes a lot of sense, right? We've got a little bit of shenanigans happening here. And they might be inner shenanigans with the shadow. It's okay. The shadow does that. It likes to trip us up, but not on purpose. It's like our shadow does this because it wants to keep us safe. The shadow is the wounded part of ourself. The shadow is our wounded warrior that's trying to keep us safe. And sometimes it's misguided, right? It happens. But I feel like you're really on a roll, going inward. You're finding out what your passion is, what your path is. I feel like you're really listening to Spirit. You're taking on this advice, this wisdom with your intuition at this time. But I think I'm going to leave it here, Taurus. I think you're going to have a good day. You've got a heavy week ahead of you, but I think you can do it because you're going to come out the other side 1,000,000 pounds lighter, like a weight has been lifted from your shoulders. All right. Take care now.